How's it going, everyone? Today is December 30th, 2019, and this is Thriving Bulls Trade of the Day. Good morning or afternoon, wherever you guys are coming from. This is Thriving Bulls Trade of the Day. We've already taken our trades. They actually came in pretty quickly this morning. So we actually had a trade on the Euro USD pair. The indices were having a nice breakout to the downside, so we were not able to really trade those. We're just kind of waiting for some good possible pullbacks on these particular trades. Like, for example, we might be looking at /ES because it's hitting on this -1. The RTY, the Russell, as well as the NASDAQ is on this -1 as well. But we have no significant really candle pattern that shows that we'll keep going down to the upside, keep going up to the upside. This thing could really start breaking down even more. I mean, as you can see, if I go even to the hourly chart here, we have a lot of gap room. And that can be kind of scary when you're trading something like this. I mean, we have a lot of room to fill. So, I mean, our lows here, this is /ES, our lows here were at 30.69, which was actually at the beginning of this month. So we have basically all this room to basically have a downside move for maybe a month. You never really know. So I'm kind of staying away from those types of in pairs really right now, just because it's just a little bit too risky in my opinion. So, we have this trade, which was the Euro USD. We saw that we had a nice hit on the high of the day at 12.10. And we had it right next to our positive 1.0 or 1.0 deviation trade. Now, what's interesting about this is that, again, a lot of people, this is on a 15-minute chart. What a lot of people do is that they'll take this trade, and then it may do this, and then may break out. And how to avoid stuff like that is you wait for a bounce back. You wait for the trade to come back to you and see what it does. And, it's extremely important to do that. A lot of people don't understand that patience is the name of the game with this. If you don't have patience, if you don't have discipline, which comes with patience, then you will not succeed. It's extremely important to be patient. So when this price came back up into this level, and, this is something that you can also do as well. If you see that price, let's say you see price comes down in here, and then it breaks out to new highs right in this area. So what you could do from there is you could take a nice Fibonacci tool and go from that swing high down to the swing low and say, where does price want to go? Well, I always know that I like price to come back into that 78.6 zone and see what it does. So once it comes back into that 78.6 zone, which it actually is doing once again, I like to see where, RSI, stochastic, Fisher transform, whatever you want to use. I mean, Fisher transform is just a plethora of different indicators. But you have this as your high here, and then this as your high. Well, what's interesting is that you pretty much have this little bit of a zone between this area right there and this area right here. So that you people would argue that this is somewhat of the same price in a way. But yet, this is heading in the downward direction. So that obviously is showing you some major divergence, which is good for us. And so this is basically our trade saying that, hey, we're coming back into the zone. It's failed before. It will probably fail again. And then we have this is our confirmation, which is some nice divergence showing us that, as well as it being close to that positive 1.0 deviation. So we ended up taking the trade, and let me show you exactly where we came in. It was a forex. Let's see, Euro USD was at the 9 to 11. We actually got in on two trades. We got on the 1202 as well as the 1206. And this is when this is again on the 15-minute chart. This is when the price was actually right about here. And we got in at the 1206 at 46.25. So on NADEX, what that means, we've been getting a lot of emails of a lot of people may not have been too familiar with NADEX. So I'm trying to kind of give you guys, you newbies, kind of an idea as to what this means. So 46.25 is our full potential of profit. So our risk on this trade was $53.75. So we risked $53.75 to make $46.25. So it was almost a 50-50 trade. Whereas on this one, we traded on the 1202 around the exact same area. So this was an out of the money trade. This was pretty much close to the in the money. So, and then this one right here was actually an out of the money. And with this, the out of the money trade, we actually risked, our full potential was 61. So minus 100 minus 61. So our risk was $39. So we risked $39 on this one to make 61. And we ended up actually profiting. We took a $10 profit working order on this one and a $15 profit on this one. And why we did that is because this had a lot more, this one right here had a lot more wiggle room when it comes to profit, whereas this one did not. So when price starts to get really, really close to this zone, this little trade here, you will see that this trade may, get like maybe $8 to $9 in profit, whereas this one's gonna get into maybe close to 20, and that's because you got it in at an out of the money trade. So you think that if this were to go to 61 to 50, so then this would become a 50-50 trade, the 1202 rather being the trade, then you would have had $11 worth of profit. So if it goes from 61 down to 50, you have $11 worth of profit from this zone. So if it goes down all the way down here, which it did, this trade right here may go into, let's say, 43. So then you say, then what you can do is say 61 minus 43. So now it's at 18. See how it's getting much closer to 20. And look, it wasn't even that far from strike, and that's because we got it way up here. So if we take an out of the money trade, we're going to ask for more profit. Whereas the at the money trade or out of our or in the money trade, we're going to be looking at a more of a $10, close to $10, maybe $15, depending on where the price was at the time. Because sometimes you can be somewhat over here and price still be, a little bit, I would say, at the money. Sometimes you can get right about here and it will still be like you're risking 51, and a 51 trade should be kind of up here rather than way down here. It just all depends on liquidity. So that was our trade. So we got 10 contracts on this one and 5 contracts on this one. And that's just because we could risk more on the 1202 because it was a out of the money trade. So $15 times 10 is 150. And then 5 times 10 is 50 plus your 200. So then we take out our fees. So $10 on each side for the first one, and then $5 on each side on the next one. So $220 worth of profit that we made on this simple trade. We hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know that we enjoy, making them for you guys. If you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask in the comment section down below. One last thing that I do want to show you guys is, one second. All right, it is getting closer and closer and closer to the new year, and with that comes some nice specials like we still have going on. We still have our full access package selling for $150. This comes with the full auto trader system, the live signals, as well as your daily deviations, all for $150. This is a $190 value with just the live signals as well as the deviations. That's a $190 value, as you can see here, but we're selling it for $150. So basically you're getting $40 off with the auto trader system for absolutely free. So we know that a lot of you guys are interested in the deviations because we show that mostly in our videos just because we don't really know when the trades are going to be coming out. At least me personally, who makes the videos, doesn't really know when the trades are going to be coming out for the table. So I'd like to be able to know that I can be at my desk and take the trades for you guys and show you guys what type of trades that are out there for deviations. This is the cheapest you'll find on the internet. We may even be dropping this price here soon, just because we want to be competitive and all that sort of stuff. So we know that a lot of you guys are interested in the deviation trading, just because you guys want to become traders yourselves. This is a good way to learn, as well as our thriving signals. This used to be $150. We've dropped it all the way down to $100. And then our auto trader system, our full access package, used to be a $500 package, and it's dropped all the way down to $150. And that's just because of the limited time sale that we have going on. We do have different types of full access packages. If you go into the choose your access package here, you see there's 3 different types. Now, a lot of people ask this question, so I'll answer it here on this video. There's different types, and that's just because of the liquidity within NADEX. A lot of people ask, what does that mean? Well, in NADEX, if I even were to go into NADEX, you can see that. Let me actually go into forex. Let's see if the new one even shows. The new one does not show. Here we go. Yeah, it does. Okay, so this is how many contracts are available at that given time. Or not given, I'm sorry. This is how many contracts is kind of being traded at that given time. If you go into the old platform, you will notice that it will show you how many contracts is available. So because of that, you could have somebody, maybe getting into a, 100 contract setup, and it eats up all the contracts, and it makes it to where other people are not able to trade it. This is something that we saw when we actually used to offer free rides when it comes to the or free trials when it comes into the full access package. Is that liquidity was a big problem. That's not our fault. It's within NADEX, and that's going to be with any broker. You're going to have liquidity problems. The more people that are coming in trading a specific pair at one given time, you're going to have a liquidity problem. So we set up within three different ones. So you have 3 different ones here. You have a 2 contract, 5 contract, and then 25 contract. So what this basically means is that within the conservative, you're only able to trade up to 2 contracts. This is good for somebody who wants to just kind of, build an account over time, and then you can build that account and go into the up to 5 contracts, and then you can build that account up to a $25 contract, not $25, but a 25 contract settlement. So what this allows you to do is build yourself up as a trader. So if I were to go back here, so we can keep checking out the sale that we have going on. Again, if you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to comment in the comment section down below. We are working with trying to figure out how to get not just SMS, but WhatsApp. This is something that we have been working on. WhatsApp has been a little bit tricky to try to get working for you guys. I know that a lot of people have been asking for it. We're really trying very, very hard. We're working very diligently to try to get that for you guys. But again, if you have any questions, please comment in the section down below or visit our website at www.thrivingbull.com.